They were trying to make me do it, and I wouldn't. These guys had guns. I would have probably got shot in my back.
This is Jay Swinton, a 19-year-old acting like a weasel forced into a robbery, and he willingly helped set in motion.
These guys are gang members. They're willing to just take a life. That's something I can't do. I ain't no gang member. All right.
But what he doesn't realize is that this entire act would not work on the detectives because the was captured by surveillance camera.
Listen to me, Jace. You're not here because of your friend. Or you're here because of your friends. You're here because of you. Does that look like someone that's scared?
No.
I'm not sitting here and I'm not around with the stuff. That's what you did with all of them, dude.
I don't even look.
You did it with all of them. So that's not someone being forced, my man.
Now he will try to do everything he can to minimize his involvement. But the footage is about to expose every lie he tells.
I don't know what this is.
They're telling me like they're gonna kill me. Look, no, we didn't go by.
Stop. The truth needs to be talked about now.
A little after 10:25 p.m. on July 3rd, 2017, Palm Beach County deputies received reports of a shooting inside a home in West Boca Raton, Florida. When deputies arrived at a residence on the block of 65th Terrace in the Sandalfoot Cove area, they discovered 25-year-old MMA fighter and beloved son, Aaron Rajman, deceased from gunshot wounds. As investigators canvassed the scene, they identified Jay Swinton and several others as being involved in what was supposed to be a planned robbery. When asked, Jace claimed he had nothing to do with it. He told detectives he was just there, and that when things escalated, he felt trapped, surrounded by armed individuals with no way out. But as you're about to see, that version wouldn't hold up, because other than the surveillance footage, Jace's phone also records show he had been in contact with the group long before the robbery, hardly someone who was scared for his life.
You're here because you're being arrested. Alright? It's for what happened to Aaron. Alright? And had you had a chance to be told your full charges? It's being involved with the murder. So, it's first-degree murder. Home invasion. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand that? Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. Do you understand that? So you were arrested this morning by our tactical agents down at your house in Broward County. Is that correct? Okay. You were brought here, and this is where we sit now. Okay. We've learned a lot throughout the course of the investigation. All right. Long before or long after we spoke with you initially. And I just have some follow-up questions if you're willing to talk to me.
Of course.
Okay. All right. The night of the homicide, I have some video surveillance of you getting into a vehicle with Roberto Ortiz. Okay.
I discussed this with you.
As well as Savvy, or Altanil Alcima. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know Savvy.
Okay.
Actually, I have a question.
Sure.
What? Like, my mom has my phone.
Mm-hmm.
There has actually been threats, like, against my life. You know what I mean?
By who?
By, I don't know, numbers. Text my phone. Like one guy, somebody text my phone, R.I.P. Like, he telling me, like, rest in peace. And he sent me a picture of guns and stuff. Like,
Okay. Did you ever notify law enforcement?
No.
Okay. You wouldn't contact me and tell me this?
I'm afraid. I come up here. I'm not from Palm Beach.
But you went to school here. You lived in Boynton. That's Palm Beach.
I keep to myself.
Jace. What phone number are they texting?
What's
the phone number?
The iPad. I have an iPad, and I put the SIM card in my phone. Like my sister, because my sister, after my phone got stolen, my sister, she gave me a phone, and I put my iPad SIM card in there, and I've been like straight internet. And then
so your iPhone was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
When you went to Roberto's house, I remember you saying that, right? On the 4th,
yes.
After the homicide. You said that your iPhone went missing.
Mm-hmm.
So you were able to access your account information through the iPad?
Mm-hmm.
How?
iCloud.
Through iCloud. And so what have these messages said?
Like, it feel just like he texted, it's a guy, because he sent a picture of a handgun in his hand, and
What color was his hand?
His hand was really dark.
Was he?
He was my color, but like darker, like you could tell, cause like you could see, like, you know, the size of the hands and stuff, and he was skinny. Because his hands was like skinny.
So they're showing you pictures of a gun?
Yes. And then he
where'd it
texted
come
me
from?
R.I.P.
Where'd it come from?
I don't know. I've never seen the number. Like,
but the number is recorded in the thing?
Yes. It's in my sister, when it happened, my sister, I sent screenshots to my sister. And I was like, people like texted me this.
When did this happen?
This was like, probably about like 3 weeks ago.
And why did you... I'm just curious why you wouldn't have called the sheriff's office or the local law enforcement saying that you're getting...
You want to know why?
Yeah.
That's why that they're sending me stuff like this.
What is?
Like...
What's why?
Like, this is why.
What? I don't know what this is.
Like, what's going on, I guess? Like, this is why. Like, they're telling me, like, they're gonna kill me.
What's going on?
Like, this whole, like, situation, like this. Like...
Are you talking about the murder of Aaron Rodman?
Yes.
Okay. You gotta talk to me, because I'm not a mind reader, so you gotta tell me straight up this is what you're referring to. You know what I'm saying?
Before this interrogation, Jace had already been questioned and released after he claimed he was oblivious of the home invasion plan. A plan that involved identified gunman Roberto Ortiz, his girlfriend Summer Church, who helped set up the robbery, along with Cameron Burgess Clark, Alton Anders, and Austin Baker. But once surveillance, phone records, and witness statements came in, he was brought back, this time under arrest. At this point, detectives already knew what happened. Now, they just needed to see if his story would match and determine his level of involvement.
You don't recognize the numbers that you've been getting text messages from, or the messaging from. However, the only person that you've had contact with is Josh, that would be familiar with what's going on, is what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. Is Josh aware of everything that took place? How so?
Because remember, as me and Summer told you, like, we were in reach when he told us to go to his house. Josh was there.
Josh was there, okay. And that's Smiley?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'm refreshing just as much from what we've talked about before. We've talked twice.
Yes.
You came up here once with Summer, and then when we did the search warrant on your house, we talked, and you were more than cooperative in both times. However, other people's statements and some other stuff had come up about you. Okay. Records and some other stuff, and your initial statement wasn't a complete truth. So, I want to show you some stuff. Okay. We'll go from there. Okay. But I definitely want to get that. I will.
You guys have my sister's number. Just call her.
I don't have it right here, but I will. We will, and go from there. You don't remember phone numbers very well, then, do you?
No, I don't even I barely remember my mom's number. Like, I'm not good with numbers and stuff.
Well, you remember we tried to get a hold of you one other time, and we had some issues doing that because, going through family members to try to get to you because we didn't have a phone number for you.
Yeah,
so now is your time to tell us everything that you know.
It's 21:40, I think, is the time. So, Jay, what I'm about to show you is consistent, but not consistent with what you said. Okay. I'll walk you step by step through it, and we'll go back and forth, and you tell me, and we'll go from there, right? Okay. But I don't forget before we leave that we should reach out to your sister or whomever to bring that down so I can actually get those phone numbers to go after those people, because obviously they have information about what's going on, right?
Not just that, like, these guys are gang members.
How do you know that?
Because how I know this, they're willing to just take a life. And that's something I can't do. That's something, like, that's not on my conscience. Like, I can't, that's something that I can't, like, deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay? Like,
Jace is acting like a scared puppy, and the attempt to minimize his involvement with Roberto and the other suspects is obvious. But what it really sounds like is a troubled kid being called to the principal's office. The act just doesn't land, and the detectives can see right through it. At this point, they're not buying anything he's saying, they're just letting him talk before they drop the bomb on him. Watch how he suddenly ups the bad acting and bad reasoning once that pressure really hits.
During our initial talks, you had said that nothing was ever spoken about in the car when Berto and whoever else was in the car came back. Nothing was ever talked about after.
There wasn't.
Guy, I have a recording that there was.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So
They just parked.
that's fine. So I'm telling you that there was. Would you like to refresh your statement as it relates to what was discussed in the car from the point of leaving the crime scene to you being dropped off?
because he told me get out. He told me get out the car, get in the back seat. Because remember, I told you like I wasn't like doing that. Okay, they were trying to make me do it, and I wouldn't. Okay, that's why I turned around, went back to the car, and then I got in the front seat. Okay, I couldn't just walk away from the initial incident because these guys had guns, and I would have walked away. I would have probably got shot in my back because they probably would, because like
Who going back to that, because you're saying that these guys and Jace, how you're coming off is that like you had
know these people,
but you had nothing to do with this. Is how you're coming off, dude. You're in the car. There was an opportunity to get out at the stop sign. You had the opportunity because
and
Summer
then possibly got killed.
Possibly got killed.
But
how so? Did Summer get shot?
We know.
Did Victoria get shot?
No.
Did Savvy get shot?
No.
Did Savvy say no?
No.
He didn't say no.
No.
He didn't say I'm not a part of this.
No.
No? Was he a part of this?
I mean,
let's be honest. You're sitting here because of what took place. You're the one that was picked up at your house. You're the one that was put in handcuffs, and you're the one that was brought here. So it's time to stop fending for everybody else and tell me what Jay Swinton knows, and stop around on trying to be nice about your friends, because obviously you're not. Listen to me, Jace. You're not here because of your friend, or you're here because of your friends. You're here because of you. Okay? So I'm telling you straight up right now, this is what we have going on. This is as real as it gets, my man. And I told you from Jump Street, this is serious. You knew this was serious because of how you came in that one night wanting to talk, because I believe you were scared, but you're a part of this from Jump Street. You did not go in that house from what you're telling me, and from what I found so far, you did not go in that house. I can see that. But you were a part of this from Jump Street, so don't lie to me. There's messages, there's talk about you recruiting people to actually set up to do this little burglary on Aaron to actually rip the dope.
Me recruiting?
Talking to Roberto Ortiz, talking to Savvy.
I would ignore Roberto's calls, his texts. And then,
so why would you meet up with Roberto right here, Jace? Listen to me, because this is where fact becomes reality, my man. Okay. All right, whose car is that? Can you see that car good? Who's that getting out? Who are these two gentlemen?
Me, and that's me. That's me.
Okay,
That's Savvy.
don't touch the car.
Okay, that's Roberto. And this.
Okay, is that the same car that you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, because what you initially told me is that you never. You got in the car with Summer, and that was the only time. Tell me this, my man. What are you guys doing right here? What are you guys throwing up? You're throwing them high for some reason. What was that? What'd you just throw up?
That was high. That's what I got from Savvy. It's just a little like
bloods, right?
Nah, no? I ain't even know blood.
Here, now. Who are these guys?
These boys. Okay, look, I can tell you this. Savvy, Berto, they call themselves Crips. Okay, I ain't no Crip. I ain't no blood. I ain't no gang member. All right. I ain't no gang member. I ain't no man. I ain't.
Detectives went aggressive here because they already had enough against Jace. The footage alone, showing shaking hands with the same people he claimed he was scared of, completely destroyed the defense he was trying to establish. And if his grave wasn't deep enough, He decides to give them a helping hand in burying himself when he brings up the gang on his own, trying to distance himself, when all it really does is tie him even closer to the group. And it gets worse.
Who are these guys that you're conversing with that got out of the car? This guy gets out of the car. This guy is about to get out of the car. Homeboy just gets out. You shook hands with all these people, man. Does that look like someone that's scared?
No.
You walked up to them. You walked up to them. Summer ain't with you here. Victoria ain't with you here. This car leaves, my man. It don't come back and pick them up right away. Where the f*** did you guys go?
I told you where the apartments.
So you did not just drive to the apartment
Yes.
in this car.
Yes.
At
Yes.
any point did you go by Aaron's house?
No. Okay.
Jace.
Look,
No.
we didn't go by.
Stop. The truth needs to be talked about now. I'm not sitting here and I'm not around with the stuff. This is what I'm talking about, because initially, Jace, it was, oh, I got in the car with Summer. Summer got on my lap. That was the only time I got in the car. We went over here. Summer got dropped off after her making the call. Yada, yada, yada. Bro, you're in the car half hour before this thing even pops off with the people that are responsible for this. So why are we sticking up for them?
Doing a drive-by.
I'm not sticking up for them. Cause why would you tell me why?
Why the f*** did you get in the car then, Jace?
Okay, because I seen a friendly
Man,
face.
what's up, Jace? Come on.
Roberto.
What's up, Jace? That's what you did with all of them, dude.
I don't even look.
You did it with all of them. So that's not someone being forced, my man.
Could you listen to me? Okay, look. I know Roberto. Okay? Out of everybody in this car, okay, Roberto is the only one I know. I've made
Savvy?
contact with. Well, it's, of course, Savvy. I'm talking about like in the car, like at this time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, Roberto. These guys. I don't know them, but okay, like. Look.
This just got real, huh?
No, it been real. It been real from the jump. Okay, I came to y'all.
You're right. You came to us.
I came to y'all because I know, like,
There was a little guilt there, and you were scared.
ain't no guilt. It's just I know that this was wrong. This was wrong. Okay, it was wrong for.
Okay. If it's wrong, so wrong, why was it discussed so long prior to getting into this car? Why was it discussed prior? When you were walking to this car, you knew what time it was, man. You knew what time it was when you got in that car.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't know anyone. Like, okay, it got real when Summer and Vic got in the car. Okay, that's when I started seeing guns. That's when I'm like, no, can't do this. No, this is not this is no. Okay.
What about this time frame? Summer.
This time frame, I ain't seen nothing.
Where'd you go?
We rode. We know where the apartment is.
Mm-hmm.
We were riding around. Okay, with Savvy.
What
And
was discussed
talking.
during this time frame?
Savvy was talking to Roberto. I'm not really. I wasn't. To be honest, like I'm not really like. Like I'm not really.
Why go then?
Because they were my friends. I thought.
Notice the stuttering, the answers that don't really match the questions, and the way he keeps trying to minimize his involvement. Those are all classic signs of someone hiding a great deal of information. But Jace just blew his cover. After insisting he didn't know the people he got in the car with, he's now admitting they were his friends, which points to deeper involvement. From here, detectives just need to push him into admitting what the plan was that night to confirm what they have in evidence, and Jace's own words are about to do the rest.
Why go then, Jace? Why would Roberto bring these people down here? Just to come say what's up? You know and I know that ain't the case. You know and I know, man. You said that Aaron was somewhat of a friend. He's dead now.
I know. I'm aware.
He's dead. So this trying to take yourself away, This puts you there, man.
I know.
This puts you there.
I told you that I got in the car.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that you drove around a half hour prior to the homicide taking place before even Summer was picked up, bro.
Okay, while we were in the car driving around, what was discussed was Summer. Because Summer actually talked physically to Roberto.
Okay, about what?
About, like, me and her were supposed to match with him. That's where I was. That's what.
Match with who?
But Aaron, that's it.
Match with him about what?
We were supposed to go smoke with him.
What was the original plan, Jace, for you and Summer to go over to Aaron's house and distract him while someone came in from the side and tried to steal all of his shit? Was that the original plan,
What
Jace?
the original plan was, me and Summer, we was gonna go smoke with Aaron. That's really what I was. I was just interested in smoking at the time. Like, I was just interested in smoking. I just want to smoke. Because I don't, where I live at, I don't talk to nobody. I don't know nobody. I don't smoke when I'm home. And Summer was like, all right, well, we can go match with him. And then that's when, like, okay, prior to this, I think that, like, Summer, because, you know, Summer lives right by Savvy. Prior to that, I think, like, they was talking about it. Because Savvy
Why
actually...
do you think that?
Because Savvy actually told me one time, oh, Roberto's, like, hitting me up and stuff. Like, he told me, like, oh, I've been talking to Roberto. And then we talking about somebody who I try to avoid. Somebody who I don't text back. Somebody who...
You just said that he's your friend.
Yeah.
Or you thought he was your friend.
Like, and you can ask Savvy about this, because Savvy knows. Because Savvy has seen where I ignore this kid.
Okay, Jace. You've had conversations with Roberto up until this point of that. We have your phone records, guy.
Okay.
We have Roberto's phone records.
Okay.
Throughout the whole day. This plan was actually discussed the day prior, from my understanding as well. Am I right?
The plan, okay.
Tell me what the plan was, Jace.
Well, me and Summer were gonna go.
Let's not downplay it.
Me and Summer were gonna go match with Aaron, and basically they was gonna take his dope.
Who?
Aaron's dope.
Who's they?
Roberto. All I knew about was Roberto at the time.
And the tea is finally spilled. But Jace is not exactly the brightest person to grace Earth. Even after being told of what the detectives have, Jace still tries to dilute it by downplaying and minimizing his involvement. He should have just told the truth right here, because it is pretty clear that detectives have everything to confirm that he is a very bad liar. But it gets worse.
At any point was this plan discussed in front of other people?
No.
How do you think we got here, Jace?
It wasn't not with me. I mean,
how did Summer get involved?
How did Summer get involved?
Yeah.
Well,
Summer's
the only one who knows Aaron on a real personal level. Okay, I just know Aaron from me smoking with him and Summer. Okay, like I've never had direct contact with this man. I've never contacted him.
I thought you said that you've gone over there before.
To smoke with him in Summer.
So you've had direct contact with him.
Well, okay.
You've been inside his house.
I mean, like, I've never had phone, like, where I can, like, hit him up, be like, oh, you know, what's up? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I can't hit him up, be like, oh, what's up? Let's chill.
Okay. So, the plan was you and Summer were going to go over there and smoke with them, or to buy from them and chill while they stole all his shit. That was the plan.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Whose idea was it? Who started this plan? It just didn't pop out of the air.
Roberto.
Whose idea?
Nobody, look, nobody was interested in even robbing Aaron. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to.
Well, how did Roberto find out about it?
Exactly.
Savvy talks to Roberto on the regular.
What I have a hard time figuring out is just all of a sudden Roberto gets involved in this. How does Roberto get involved in this? Okay, you say he talks to Savvy. Well, then, was Savvy in on this plan?
It was everyone. Okay,
Who's everyone?
Who's everyone? You need to tell us. Like,
were
you guys just sitting around and somebody said, you know, maybe we ought to just rob Aaron?
It wasn't a plan until, like, it got down to right here. Okay,
talk to me about right here.
Okay. Right here is when me and Savvy, because you wanna know something? I was going to go chill with Savvy. Okay, like I was actually going. Me and Savvy started. No, I'm telling you, me and Savvy was recording a song. Okay, I went there, and then Summer pops up. All right, Summer just comes out of nowhere. Okay, she comes in Savvy's house. She sits down, and then me and Savvy sitting there making music, right? And then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go downstairs to Ariana's house." Okay, Summer's gone for probably about 2 hours while me and Savvy still in there. We just recording it. All right. Then out of nowhere, a phone call. Come outside. All right. Roberto called. Come outside. Okay. Me and Savvy, we go outside. Right. This is when this happened. Right. So when Summer gets called, Summer.
So this is what this happens. What's discussed here?
What's discussed here?
Before Summer gets in the car, what is discussed right here before you come back to Edgewood? What is discussed?
Okay, he was like...
Who's he?
Roberto. Roberto was like, okay, so, y'all, you can do this. Okay,
do what?
Like, rob Aaron. He was like, okay, we can do this. And then, like, he was like, all right, call Summer. He told me, call Summer.
Jace is just very bad at improv. He's making things up as he goes, but he can't even keep his story straight. At this point, he's already changed it twice. A minute ago, he didn't really know anything. Now he's describing the plan step by step, who came up with it, what they were going to do, and exactly where he fit into it. Watch as detectives confront him with something that immediately puts his entire story in question.
Because we're leaving a lot of stuff out. Because we have messages and other stuff prior to this on this date, 7/3/17, talking about you all about it. Your nickname's Grizzly, right?
Yes.
You're all about going and doing the lick on Aaron. Summer was about it. Summer was inviting people. You had invited people such as Roberto. Come on, man.
The thing is, I didn't invite Roberto.
Why is there so many conversations on your phone records from your phone previously from the 3rd throughout the full day with conversations with Roberto that were in duration of a couple minutes? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Like what you mean?
You talked to him for an extended amount of time on the phone. On the 3rd.
Okay, on the 3rd.
The day that Aaron was killed, just a few hours before this.
Extended. I didn't talk to him on the phone for a long time.
I'm talking a couple minutes. Extended time.
Extended means long, doesn't it?
I'm saying it means extended. It means a couple minutes.
Okay. Well...
Do you have an answer for that, Jace?
No, because he would call me and I would be like, I'm busy.
Oh, yeah, there were some outbound calls from you, too.
Like, he'd call me and I'd be like, I'm busy. And then he'd like call me back. And
so
then
how long with what you just said now? How long would that take? Like couple seconds?
Couple seconds. Okay, I tell him, oh, I'm busy. Because, like, okay, before I had to leave my house, before I left my house, right? I had to clean up. I had to clean my house. My mom told me to clean. Okay, I was cleaning. And then my sister came. My sister had to go take my grandma.
Jason,
I'm telling you what's my sister had to take my grandma some money, and then
you got dropped off.
Yes. Okay.
We know that. We're aware. I
told y'all.
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm talking about your interactions with Roberto Ortiz. Your interactions with the people in this car. Your interactions prior to Summer getting in this car. Your interactions when you dropped Summer off. Your interactions from the point of this car showing up in front of Aaron's house where those individuals got out of the car and killed Aaron. You still won't tell me that, hey, they talked about shit in the car. We have recordings that they talked about shit in the car that you were in. Why is this so hard for you to understand that? Hey, man, we're not coming out of this shit and just making this stuff up. I couldn't make this up. I'm looking for your honest truth here. So let's not downplay this anymore. This is some serious shit.
I know it's serious.
You're talking about your life here. These people that you associated with have gotten you involved in this.
Yeah.
Or you gotten yourself involved in this.
Do you and Summer want to be the only ones that are arrested in this whole thing?
Summer's arrested. She's already in county. Done. You didn't know that, did you? So talk to me about this.
Because right now, you're the only two.
Okay. This is when he called.
Who's he? Whose name?
Roberto. Roberto called and he said, "Come outside." Okay. We were in the car. Okay. I wasn't doing much talking. Okay. Because Savvy's the one that lives in the area. Savvy's the one that's like.
Jace, you've hung out at Ariana's house before.
Yeah.
We know this, man. So let's not try to push ourselves away from being here on a regular basis, because that's not the truth. We both know that. So let's try to stop minimizing your part and tell me off Jump Street what we got going on, because the minimization on your end isn't working anymore. It worked before, somewhat, but you're still in this position. So let's be real with one another.
Jace's correspondence with Roberto and the others shows he was already part of the planning, something that directly contradicts the fear he's trying to sell. At this point, detectives aren't trying to figure out what happened anymore. They already know. They just need him to say it. But Jace still thinks he can talk his way out of it by minimizing his role. And with every denial, he only puts himself in a worse position.
Okay, what basically what I was just supposed to be there when, like, I was supposed to be there at match with Summer. That's it. Really.
When was that planned?
I was just supposed to be there at match with Summer.
And that was discussed where?
That was discussed here.
What about prior? Because it had to have been discussed sometime prior, because we haven't talked about that prior to this time frame on people's phones. That you and Summer were going to go in, or the girls were going to go in, and Jace, some other people were going to go in the house. And if they had to fight Aaron, they were going to fight Aaron. But if they were hoping that they didn't have to, they were just going to steal the product and get the out, and it would be like nothing ever happened. Am I right? That was the plan?
I mean, the plan was...
Was that the plan, Jace?
It was... this is what I know for me. They told me...
Who's they?
Roberto and Savvy. They said, okay, we just want you to go match with Aaron. And you and Summer go match with Aaron. Alright? Basically, that's really what...
Why did they want you to go match with Aaron?
Because... I guess because I smoked with him before. Me and Summer knows him, and he knows that I'm Summer's boyfriend, and I've been there before. Okay. And like after that, like then.
So
they told
were
me,
you gonna distract, basically, Aaron? Is what you're telling me? While you guys were chilling with him, it was gonna be a distraction. They were gonna come in, try to be not seen, and get the and get out.
Well, I was just gonna smoke.
Okay, that's not.
I mean, okay, probably to them, yes. Okay, that would have been a distraction, right? Yeah, you're right.
Is that what was discussed, Jason?
Yes. Okay, but what happened was he told Summer, "I'm not home."
Who's he?
Aaron. Well, that's what Summer said when Summer called it. Okay. Told Summer, not home. Okay. After that, that's when everybody, was like, all right, this is a done deal. Under my like thinking, I'm thinking like, okay, this ain't gonna happen. All right, I'm about to get to go home. You know what I mean? But that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all.
Okay. All right, Jace. We're gonna go back to this. Keep on hitting this for a reason, big guy. Summer here at this point?
No.
Okay. This car leaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes out towards Southwest 66th, the main roadway out there, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you guys go?
We were driving around.
Where were you driving around?
We did drive past Aaron's house.
Okay. Did anybody say, hey, that's Aaron's house?
Mm. Well, I did.
Who did?
I mean, Savvy's the only other person that knows that that's Aaron's house.
So you did drive by Aaron's house.
Yes.
So what was your thought process during this time in the car? Because it didn't look like there was no type of distress there. You're doing handshakes, saying what's up. So there's no distress there, big guy.
Not there.
And obviously, Roberto's there for a reason because he brought backup, right?
Yeah. Well,
he brought backup. Because you said that you saw a gun.
Yeah.
You knew what time it was because he brought backup.
When I seen the gun is when Summer got in the car. Okay, that's when I seen the gun. That's when I got a glimpse of the gun. Summer got in the car. Cause like everybody didn't get out the car. Right there.
Notice how Jace doesn't even make sense with his answers. They just go nowhere. But the surveillance, his communication with Roberto, and even his own statements all point to his involvement, no matter how much he denies it. But what detectives do next makes it clear he can't talk his way out of this.
Okay. So let's watch this a little bit more. So, Roberto gets in the front passenger seat. You open the back door. Someone just gets out right there, wearing like a lighter color hood, right? You see
Where?
that? This gentleman right there.
Oh, I told you about the peach, but he had on the peach hood.
Peach hood?
It was peach.
Okay.
I mean,
well, you can't really tell from here because it's grayscaled, so it's black and grays. But somebody got out of that door. Is that the other person that you were referring to previously?
Yes.
Okay. So, Savvy gets in. You get in. Nobody's forcing you in, right?
No. But Savvy told me to get in first because he's.
But he didn't get in first.
No,
he got in first.
No, I got in first.
No, you didn't. I just watched you.
Wasn't that just Savvy? That was just
that
Savvy
was you, bro.
standing.
That was you. That was the other dude in the right rear.
Okay.
They have everything. Got confused. The driver's the only person that I can tell that never got out. Am I right?
The only thing that I was just gonna go match with him. Okay? That was me. Okay, I was supposed to go match with him. Me and Summer.
How come Summer knew that Roberto was going to bring a gun?
She did?
Just asking.
Oh, I didn't know.
It is finally sinking in for Jace that he is caught. However, he still doesn't give up in minimizing his involvement. But regardless if he was just supposed to be there as a distraction, the facts are clear. He was involved in the planning. He was not forced or coerced to do anything like he claims, and the evidence is there to pin him down.
At what point did you find out that someone was shot and killed?
It was the next morning because me and Summer.
Chase, you knew that night, man.
Well, I mean,
you knew someone was shot.
I ain't know. To be honest.
Because didn't Summer say, "Hey, they didn't shoot Jackson, right? They didn't shoot Jackson, right?" That's what she said.
She said that.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
To you.
I was when Summer.
Because you know what's weird, man, is when you walked in the grocery store, you didn't seem like you had a worry in the world.
Because I
like
know
what just went on.
Honestly, I didn't
for being
know,
so scared throughout this whole process.
Because
hearing gunshots.
In my head,
listen to
I'm
me.
going home.
Listen to me.
I'm going home.
Fair enough.
I'm finna go home.
But it was like this. It was like it's another day in the park, bro. That's what it seemed like walking in and out of groceries. I'm good.
I'm finna go. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm finna go home. In my head, I'm like, damn, I'm lucky. I'm going home. Thank you, God. I'm going home. I couldn't have made it home that night.
Are you going home now, Jace?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
You see my point here, man?
Yeah.
So the next day you get called. Actually,
no.
Are you called at any point by Roberto to go pick up belongings?
Nah, he told me. He just told me, yo. When he called my phone, he was like, you need to come and bring them girls with you.
No, I'm talking about this night. How did we know to go back to the scene to go look for property? Because
Summer was there. Summer came with me there. So what you talking? Summer was at my house. Summer was at my house.
No. There was a phone call made where somebody walked over to the crime scene to see if there was property or what was going on. To see what was dropped. It was described as a wallet.
For real? Nah, after all that happened, I called Savvy and I was telling Savvy like.
Did you call Savvy and tell him, hey, go back there to see what was dropped?
Yeah. I said go see go see.
You act like this is so foreign, man.
Yeah, but nah, like you saying like, oh, like something was found. Like I ain't know nothing was found. When I told Savvy, Savvy was like,
yeah, we found it.
Savvy
Sheriff's
was
office
like,
found it.
Oh, Savvy was like, I don't know, yo. Like I ain't trying to go back to there. And I was like, all right, yo, come meet me back at your crib. I wasn't in the house to know what what took place. You know what I mean? Like. But Roberto never.
You're saying that you never went into Aaron's house the night of this homicide?
Yeah, never.
Never.
Okay. Did you ask who shot him?
I mean, yeah, but he wouldn't tell me.
Did you say it was me?
No.
Did you say it wasn't me?
I mean, yeah.
What do you mean?
Like he said, like just know, like he didn't he implied it. You know what I mean?
He implied what?
Like it wasn't him.
So Roberto implied that he's not the one that shot Aaron.
Yeah.
How did he imply that? Tell us how that went.
Like he was like, we asked him like, did you do it? He was like nah, but it was like I was there, like I seen it all happen. You know what I mean? Like.
So what else was talked about there? I
mean, after that, that's when we just started smoking, and then
you stayed there though. It's like. What's funny, man, is that you're telling me that you're all scared through this whole process, or towards the process of Aaron's house.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you go to Roberto's house. You hang out, you hear this whole story, you stay there, you smoke with them. It was a festive party, right? It was a 4th of July party, right? You guys sat there and watched fireworks, I was told. I guess there was pictures on Summer's phone, right?
We did.
So, does that look like someone that's scared to be around these people? Let's be real, man.
I wasn't scared to be around Roberto.
Who brought those other people there?
Roberto.
Did you?
He
did
didn't.
Savvy?
I mean, I was stupid on my part.
Did Savvy?
No.
So Roberto brought those people?
Yeah.
Okay.
The night at Roberto's house, 4th of July, was there anybody there that was in the car with you at the robbery or at the murder? Was there any of the other people that you don't know, were they at the house at the party?
Yeah.
Did you have interactions with them?
No.
Because we talked about this before, right?
No.
Me and you had this conversation before?
Yeah. Nah, I have no.
You saw a gun on him, though, right?
Yeah. With the guy with the... I told you the guy with he had a big belly and then like a little goatee. And he had a little handgun in his back pocket.
How'd you see the handgun?
Because, you could see, the imprint.
Oh, so you didn't actually physically see the gun, that would sit on our hip. You saw just an imprint.
I saw the imprint of the gun.
Where was it? Where was it at? His
pocket?
Was
at his back pocket.
Back pocket?
What side?
I think the left.
Okay. Did you have any conversations with those people?
No, because I ain't know it was going to be no party. I ain't know about none of that.
But you spent the night there.
Yeah, because I
hung out there until
I ain't have no way home.
The 5th.
I ain't have no way home. My mom wouldn't even come and get me. You know who came and got us?
Yeah.
Summer's mom.
The story is completely falling apart now. Jace claims he was scared the entire time, but his actions tell a different story. Instead of distancing himself, he goes back, hangs out with the same people, and even helps check what was left behind at the scene. At this point, police have enough against him, despite his denial. But there's one more thing that matters more than anything else: what he did after the crime.
What do you think should happen to somebody that did this?
What
do you think should happen, Jace?
They should go to prison.
Yeah? For how long?
I mean,
how long?
To be honest,
for being a part of something like this, how long should someone do in prison, Jace? For pulling the trigger, how long should somebody be in prison for killing somebody else?
That's a menace.
That's a menace.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
They should be in there
for the rest of their life.
Probably.
Probably, yes or no?
Yeah.
For people being a part of this, how long do you think they should be in prison for? Do you think they should go to prison?
Yeah.
For how long, Jace?
Say.
Did you discard the clothing that you wore that night? Primarily the pants?
Yeah.
In a body of water?
Summer told me to. She was she's the one who threw the pants and
But why were they in her hands to throw in the lake.
And she was like, oh, give me the pants. Let me throw the pants in the lake.
Why? Why do you think
this? It was her. It was all her, like she was telling me like, yo, like you should get rid of like the pants and stuff, and like I was like, okay, whatever. And then when we walked in
and
the
you
back,
showed us the area that you think that she threw them in?
Yeah.
Because you were there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else, Jace, that you want to talk to us about?
I mean, I told y'all know everything I know. Y'all know everything, like, to my knowledge, like, what's going on.
You want a water or something?
Actually, I do have one question for you. Roberto in this thing, was his hair a little bit froed out?
Mm-hmm. He cut his hair when we got to the house.
Did you cut your hair, Jace?
Yeah, I gave myself, like, a regular
At
mohawk.
his house?
Yeah.
Why?
My mom gave me money to get a haircut, and, like, I don't want to not come home without, like, a haircut.
But why did you change? Did you change your hair for other reasons, though?
No. Like, just because my mom gave me money for a haircut. Because, like, I know if I would have came home without a haircut, she would have been like, oh, what'd you do? You smoked with the money? Like.
So your mom knows that you smoke?
Yeah. And she doesn't like it, but she knows.
Jace claims it was Summer who told him to throw away the pants he was wearing that night, an act of destroying evidence. And it doesn't end there. He also cut his hair shortly after, an attempt to avoid being recognized. Both of these show awareness of what really happened and his involvement in the crime, which, by his own words, should land him in prison. After the interrogation, Jace Swinton, along with Roberto Ortiz, Summer Church, Cameron Burgess Clark, and Alton Anders, was formally charged in connection with the home invasion that led to the death of Aaron Rajman. In the months that followed, prosecutors laid out their case, arguing that this was not a random act, but a planned robbery that turned deadly. They pointed to surveillance footage, phone records, and statements from those involved, showing that the group had coordinated the robbery ahead of time. On June 22, 2021, Jace Swinton entered a guilty plea to second-degree murder and armed robbery for his role in the crime. As part of that plea, he admitted involvement in the events that led to Rajman's death. Later that year, on September 23, 2021, a judge sentenced Jace Swinton to 40 years in prison. Meanwhile, Roberto Ortiz, identified as the gunman, was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison, while Summer Church, who helped set up the robbery, later accepted a plea deal for her role. Cameron Burgess Clark, who also pleaded guilty, was sentenced to 10 years in prison, while Austin Baker received a 25-year sentence for his role in the home invasion. Alton Anders, another individual tied to the case, pleaded not guilty and is still awaiting trial. Aaron Rajman had his whole future ahead of him, a future taken in a moment of selfishness, something no conviction or sentence can undo. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here.